Hi, I am Adam Gower, and today is April the 22nd, 2025. And this might be the most important video I've recorded since the onset of the great financial crisis. And if you're in real estate, I hope you'll watch it. Now, in early 2007, I was developing the largest small lot subdivision project in the city of Los Angeles and was working through entitlements, construction budgeting, and lender negotiations. But the subprime mortgage crisis was on the boil and cracks were beginning to show in the Alt-A market too. I found myself waking up at night, literally, with angst-induced stomach pains, and I was worried and didn't really know why. Sure, there was turbulence in the market, but the entire real estate world was still chugging along to its usual "this time is different" destination. What am I missing, I thought at the time. Well, eventually, I couldn't stand the stress, so I sold all of my real estate. Buyers at the time were easy to find, and I exited completely in August of 2007. From there, real estate went from bad to worse on a surprisingly steep downward trajectory. And by 2008, when Lehman Brothers was allowed to fail, the industry was in complete meltdown. I entered that period with no debt, cash on hand, and no legacy issues. And ironically, despite the chaos, it was impossible early on to find distressed assets. Reality hadn't yet sunk in for lenders or borrowers, so I took a position at a major bank to help clean up their balance sheet of non-performing real estate collateralized loans. There was nothing particularly clever about my exit in 2007. It was gut feel, triggered by a series of small anecdotal signs that simply told me it was time to get out. Fast forward to today, and this time is very different. Those small signs or signals that saved me in 2007 are now screaming from headlines. Get out while you can. Sell, defend, watch, wait. So in early March this year, 1 week actually after the market peak, I liquidated my entire retirement portfolios and moved 100% into interest-bearing cash accounts. I tell you, my financial advisor was not impressed. And now I'm looking to sell all my real estate again. And I'm not even sure if I'll pursue a 1031 exchange. So what makes me hesitate? Well, it's not hype or fear-mongering. I focus on what I consider to be high-integrity sources, especially the Financial Times, actually, across print, audio, and video. It is detailed, pragmatic, and refreshingly free of any partisan noise. And everything I assess, no matter what the source, is through the lens of real estate. And I ask myself, what is the likely impact of current White House economic doctrine on best, worst, and base case outcomes for real estate? Indeed, when I took my retirement accounts to cash, I asked myself the same question. What's my downside of this rash decision? And actually, I realized that the answer wasn't so bad. Maybe I missed some upside, and maybe I pay some more tax. Well, I can live with that. What's harder to live with is the industry's persistent drumbeat of optimism, as if nothing of consequence is happening on the macroeconomic or geopolitical levels. We're still passing cap rates and construction tariffs like these are minor underwriting adjustments. And meanwhile, I think we're underestimating how foundational the changes underway really are. Earn passive income, build wealth, gain financial independence. That is the rallying cry. But what happens if the foundation underneath those goals starts to shift, as I'm sure they are doing now? Look, I'm not claiming certainty, and I'm not rooting for a crash. In fact, this is the first time in my career that I hope I'm wrong. But what if I'm not? So in the weeks ahead, I'll be speaking to some of the brightest minds in the industry: economists, academics, multi-cycle seasoned professionals, and respected thought leaders in a new podcast series called The Real Estate Market Watch: Current Events Through a Real Estate Lens. The goal is simple: make sense of what's happening without political noise and explore how it affects real estate directly. There won't be a regular release schedule. Things are changing too quickly. So, as events unfold, I'll publish commentary and episodes as soon as they're recorded. Now, if you're watching this and think I'm being overly cautious or dramatic, that's fine. But let me ask you, how are you underwriting your next deal to protect against the worst case scenario? And if this message rings even partially true, please help spread it. Not because I have the answers, but because I'm committed to asking better questions with people who just might have those answers. So, if you're still with me, I have 3 quick asks. Number 1, subscribe to my YouTube channel and recommend it to someone who you think should see it and encourage them to subscribe too. 2, subscribe to my newsletter and recommend to somebody that you know to subscribe to. There are links in the notes on this page, so you can subscribe directly or just go to gowercrowd.com. You'll see a big subscribe button. Number 3, join my private investor group. Look, I still believe that real estate may be the best way to navigate what's coming, but it requires hyper focus on downside protection, liquidity, and cash flow. When I find prudent opportunities, I'll share them with you. Link in the notes on this page. And 4, follow me on LinkedIn. I have been in real estate for 40 plus years. Yes, I hate to admit it, I am that old. And I am posting more frequently now as I try to make sense of this market, and also because I want to learn from other people's comments and thoughts. I'll include a link also on this page somewhere to my LinkedIn profile, or just go to LinkedIn and look me up, Adam Gower or Gower Crowd. I am an eternal optimist, navigating a thick fog, and I would love your company along the way. Thanks so much for watching. Now, Adam Gower, signing off.